Hello everyone, I'm looking at a whole bunch of oak saplings, and if you saw the first video in this series you'll know that I was thinking about trying to grow these into a large oak fusion project, gradually drawing them in together, maybe in 2s and 3s initially, and then over time bringing them up together. But I also had a thought that they might make a nice oak forest, so I've decided to not make a decision. If that's a decision, is that possible, to decide to not to decide? But that's essentially what I've decided to do. I'm going to clean up the surface of a lot of weeds in this pot, and then do some trimming back and leave them for this year, and make a decision next year as to whether I try to fuse them into one large substantial oak, or whether I go with an oak forest. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments below. Always useful to get a bit of extra insight. So anyway, I'm going to clean up all of these weeds out of the roots, and then we'll come back and do a bit of trimming. Okay, so I've pulled out most of the weeds, and I've lowered the soil level in the process, so I can now give it some slow release fertiliser granules, and I'll just bung a load of those on, and then I can just do a top dressing over the top of that, bring the level back in the pot up. You can still see the remains of some of the acorns from which these were grown, still in the pot. And this was seed I collected in, let me see, it would have been 2018, and no, 2017 rather. Planted in this pot in that winter into the spring of 2018. So these seedlings were all 1 year old, and I can still picture this forest somehow. Or I could still go for the very large oak fusion. I mean, it would be a very large tree if I was to fuse the whole thing. This being the base, as you can imagine, we'd be talking a tree at least 3 to 4 feet in height, I would think. If not, yeah, maybe 3.5. But for now, once that's watered, that'll seek its own level. What I plan to do is, where I've got 2 trunks coming up, in fact in this case I've got 3, I'm going to cut back to 1, and I'm going to try and cut all the ones around the outside short, leaving the ones in the middle longer. I have some very short ones in the middle, such as this, which is only 6 inches or so. So I want to give them a chance to grow up, so those will be left untouched. And yeah, so I'm just going to work my way around the pot, shortening all the trees on the outside and gradually having them in rings, concentric rings. Getting taller towards the middle. Where I can you see that? No. For example, here I have a thick straight trunk with thin branch coming out. I'm going to cut that back. That will be a leader. I have a dead tree there. That can come out. And I'm just going to be cutting back to a bud. So I'll continue doing this. And I'll come back in a minute. Okay, so there we are, a quick 360. You can see I've missed one here. In fact, I missed a couple there. So yeah, I'm still undecided. Is this going to be a forest project or a single fusion oak project? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Always interested in some extra input. So thank you for watching and look after yourselves.